Hi Virgo, welcome to this reading. This is for Virgo Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Okay, wow. Okay, I feel this reading might be a bit of a, not a telling off, but like a pointing out, a reminding of, or a reminder of something you know, something where there's repetitive behavior that's keeping you stuck, some kind of obstacle you're working through, because this card came out very quickly. It's like your higher self is desperately trying to get this message through to you. It's probably not going to be the first time you've heard this message, and it's around something that isn't moving forward in your life. So let's keep going. Yes, Four of Swords. I think this is your higher self being a bit firm and saying something's not moving, something's not changing, you could be doing more. So what I will say is, if you don't want to hear a tough love message from your higher self, this might not be the reading for you at this time, but you know, we'll see how this goes. You might think you don't have the answer, is what I'm seeing, but actually you do. King of Pentacles. For some of you, it could be to do with work, money, something to do with the practical realm. Okay, so there's a feeling almost of defensiveness, like I don't want to hear this message. If I knew what to do about this, I would have done it already. But you see how he's laying down and there's a sword underneath him. For me, that's like the Ace of Swords. So the truth is there. It just might take a bit of digging around to find it. Okay, what else please? Messages for my viewers from their higher selves. We have the Nine of Wands, so it's a situation you're tired of. Maybe you feel like you've been struggling forward with this for some time. You might feel kind of alone in this as well, actually, or like you have to be on guard, you have to be defensive. I will put these back because we've got quite a chunk that fell out, but I can see the Three of Wands. So there is part of you that's saying, I want better, I want something more here, or I want a new situation, I want to move forward. I'm looking out into the future. I also feel it could be something where you sit down, you think about this for a while, but then it's time to do something else. Like there could be distractions that come up that keep pulling on your focus here. It's not something that's going to be figured out overnight, is what I'm seeing. What else, please? Queen of Swords reversed. So it's something, yeah, you're kind of annoyed with this, frustrated with this. Page of Cups. We have the Tower, Scorpio there, and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so this could be something you're saying, if it was just connected to emotions or something to do with my internal world, I would have made the change, but it's connected to my practical reality. It's connected to finances. It's connected to my home, my stability, maybe even family here. And there's a feeling of, I don't know where I'm going, or I don't know what the next step is, and I don't want to blow this up because it's not logical, it's not practical, and I will end up in this Five of Pentacles destitute place or energy, or just not having what I need. So that could be the fear that's holding you back. Now, I feel Spirit saying two things. You do have the knowledge you need, but you will have to actually take action to dig that up, whether it's journaling, having discussions with someone you trust to sort of talk it out, whether it's, I don't know, looking into certain things, getting practical, doing research to find out which option is viable or what your next steps are going to be. My cat's joining us today. I also feel the second message here is, if you get some kind of an offer, even if it seems small, follow up with that, follow through with that, because we've got the Page of Cups and then we've got the Seven of Wands. It's almost like a resistance, a defensiveness. No, I don't want that cup. That cup is silly. How can this cup sustain me? I'm the King of Pentacles. I need something that's far more practical. The Spirit is saying, don't dismiss it. And it could be that what's happening is you're kind of dissatisfied with your practical realm, but it's bringing instability, and that voice inside that's speaking truth to you, your higher self basically is saying you're not happy, you're not content, and there's a feeling of, yes, well, I'm ignoring that voice, I'm ignoring that message because there's no way to take what would make me happy and make it realistic or viable. So this could be work, it could be something to do with changing up a relationship or a family dynamic, it could be It could be that, say we are talking about romance here, it could be that there is someone you're interested in, but they are in another commitment. So you're almost getting frustrated with this desire, with this longing, and you can't see a way out of this. But there's the overwhelming feeling here is a desire, a need for change that's being confirmed by your higher self. Your higher self keeps trying to bring this up into your consciousness, and I think you're beginning to get very frustrated with this because you don't know what the next step is. And then your higher self's message for you is you already know, and then that's really annoying because as far as you're concerned, you don't know, or you would have made the change. You're not staying in this position for fun. It feels stressful, it feels exhausting, it feels lonely, it feels emotionally dissatisfying. It feels like you're beginning to get quite cross about it. Okay, so let's see what else then. Ace of Pentacles reversed, Nine of Cups reversed. That's it. I mean, this is such a clear message. I keep getting it over and over. It's almost like I need a tangible opportunity to come in first before I make this transition. And I would love if this new opportunity was in alignment with my wish, my desire. Nine of Cups, what makes me happy. But you're not seeing that opportunity just yet. Okay, Four of Swords, Queen of Swords reversed. I just saw Judgment trying to come out. Page of Wands reversed. The Magician in reverse. We've got Gemini energy there. The Ace of Wands. Okay, a message from your higher self. Do not forget about all the things you have manifested and created in your life up until this point. It could even be the situation that you find yourself in now, because you're showing up as the King of Pentacles. We don't get to that position without sustained effort. So it could be at some point this was something you wanted. This was something you manifested. This was something you worked for. If you did it then, you can do it again. So don't give up on yourself. Remember, you are the Magician. And the Magician has all of the suits available. We've got Pentacles, Cups, Wands, Swords. So the Magician has the external resources, but also the internal resources. So it's a reminder. If you've tried to hunt down this new opportunity or to break this position that you're currently in for something that's more satisfying using, say, Pentacles, Swords, the practical realm, the logic, and you're hitting a brick wall, how about moving into maybe Cups and Wands? Where is my passion? What fills me up emotionally? Page of Wands. What would get me so excited that I would willingly start on a new journey feeling completely inexperienced and unprepared with nothing but my enthusiasm and commitment? What gets me that fired up? And from there, then move back into Swords and Pentacles. Okay, well, how can I make this practical? How can I grind this? How can I ground this? What opportunities might be available for me around this passion that I have? So you're being guided to think about what fires you up, what gets you excited. Even if it seems completely impractical, even if it seems like, well, I can't make work out of this, I can't make a business out of this, or I can't bring in enough money. Or I don't know, if it's a hobby, maybe I'm too late or too old. Certain activities we think of as having cut-off points in terms of age. It's almost like, well, allow yourself to have that feeling before you shut it down, and then think, well, actually maybe there is a way. When I was younger, ballet was very, you have to start when you're age 3 or that's it. And now there are all these classes popping up at gyms, like ballet bar workouts or whatever they're called, and I see advertisements for adult ballet classes and stuff. So things have changed. Don't know why I'm giving that message. Things have changed. Society has moved forward. But yeah, have a look around. It might be that there is something available now that there wasn't before. Even if we think of everything with the pandemic, so many things have moved online now. So many more people are working from home, working remotely. Other careers have popped up, things that people are doing, selling, that maybe wasn't in demand before, that is now. So things have changed a lot, even just say within the last few years. So it's definitely worth checking in, even if it's something you looked at before and there wasn't a way forward. Maybe it's come along now, and there are new opportunities. Okay, let me have a look at this Page of Cups. Yes, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I think some of you have had an opportunity and you're kind of resisting it, and others of you may have an opportunity coming in and you might be inclined to resist it because it's a thing of, well, yeah, that's very nice, but it's not actually going to help me long term here. It's just delaying. And actually the message from Spirit is you might be surprised with how far this Page of Cups opportunity can go. Something that seems like it's bringing in a bit of emotional fulfillment, or it's a nice distraction, that could be something that you build up, that manifests in the practical realm and brings in abundance. It's a different kind though. Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, it's almost, there's an energy of receiving. The King is masculine energy, whether we're talking about a man or a woman. It's, I have a plan, I have a goal, I'm going to take action to see it come into fruition. I've done it. There, I'm the King of Pentacles. Excellent. I pushed my will onto the world, out into the 3D. I shaped it. I got what I needed. I did it. I can see my success. The Queen of Pentacles is feminine energy, again, man or woman. It's kind of more receptive. It's, I've planted the seeds, but now I know I need to back off and allow them to grow, and I will make sure they're okay and do what I need to do, but I can't force them to grow more quickly. There's something here about being in more of a receptive energy. I don't know if many of you watching resonate with being in quite a masculine energy, so you're always about doing, driving things forward, making things happen, taking the initiative and taking action on it. And the message here is that's worked out very well for you. However, part of the dissatisfaction now could be with you being in this King of Pentacles position and feeling like you have to keep doing that. You're by yourself. This King of Pentacles, he doesn't look particularly happy. You know, there's kind of an annoyance around this, and it's time to maybe see how it feels to grow, to manifest from this feminine based energy. The Queen of Pentacles is equally as grounded, as successful, as abundant, but it's just a different way of creating. And she's definitely more open to receiving. And you know that this Page of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, there could be something about balancing out the masculine, feminine energy, or just flipping it and now exploring it more from the feminine energy sort of side of things. Because I just think King of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. I wonder if what you've been doing up until this point has been great, very successful, but it's almost like it's really slowing down. You're doing the same thing, putting the same effort in, but the rewards are much less. And you're like, well, what's the reason for this? I'm getting angry. I've been trying everything, but the success is not what it used to be. And actually, there's a message from your higher self that there's a bigger purpose here. It's time for you to look into the feminine energy, to balance it out, to do whatever you need to do with that feminine energy, to work with it more. This is your time to explore in a different way, and also to receive more. So if you find that you're giving and giving and giving, you're pushing, you're trying to make things happen, but like the energy you're getting back is sluggish, it's slow, I think that's deliberate. The Tower, the way you've been doing things is getting blown up, and it's very uncomfortable because you don't know what's coming next. So there's definitely an element of trust here. Also, we know the Tower, Scorpio energy, linked to Pluto, death, rebirth. There is something here that on the surface, it might look objectively like, oh, you're just fed up, you know, and you need a change, but it feels heavy. It feels like there's something bigger going on, something that could potentially be pretty transformational. Like you might get 6 months, a year down the line and look back and think, wow, that was a pivotal point. I feel much more different now. I feel like I'm secure, I'm seeing the success I want, but I don't have to be alone pushing as hard. It's more intuitive now, it's more relaxed, it's more like I've set up a process or a system and it works very well, and every so often I check up on it or I oil the machine, but it's doing its own thing now. It's bringing in the abundance I'm looking for without me having to, you know, give of myself so much. So it's almost a leveling up. Well, not almost, it is, but what it feels like is a tearing down. It feels like almost, maybe it could feel in a way like you're being punished by the universe, forgotten by the universe. How come I'm giving so much but things are slowing down? I'm working so hard, doing all the right things, and I'm not getting enough back. You know, look, 5 of Pentacles, this is unfair. It's because now it's time for you to receive the same amount, but for it to become easier for you. So yeah, I feel like you know, it's a leveling up. Things will be better in the long run, but right now it's kind of scary because we know what we don't want. We don't exactly know what we do want, or we don't know how to get to where we want to be. Now, if this is, say, romance, I do think there's a message here. It seems to me there's someone in your mind that you're looking at right now as being the one, King and Queen of Pentacles, but they may have pushed you out into the cold, or there may be a separation, or you might be needing for them to break down a current structure that they're in for the both of you to have something. And the message here is try to be open to other energy, other people in the meantime. So the Page of Cups, it's not even saying you have to go out and date other people. It's just the energy exchange. So being open to friendly conversations with people or strangers when you're standing in a queue. It could be light flirtations or whatever it is. It's about being open to the energy of someone trying to give to you, whether it's them giving a compliment, giving you attention, giving you their time just for the small length of time that you are having this brief interaction with a stranger, or someone who is serving you something, or where you're paying for something or whatever. It's about, I don't know, it's about receiving. It's about, but you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to push yourself into an uncomfortable position. It's just a page. It's not sort of like a knight or a queen or a king or anything. You don't have to do anything you don't want to, but it's just because to accept this kind of this fun interplay with people who aren't just this King of Pentacles for you, it will be more sort of, you'll feel less alone, or like it's you against the world. It just feels more friendly. It feels more like you're being acknowledged. It feels like you and everyone else in the world, it's like there's a feeling of companionship, or like a friendliness, like we're all here together, versus, oh, it's me, I'm sad and lonely, and everybody else, you know? It's not to say we want anything from the Page of Cups or that it's going anywhere. It's just a nice boost in our day, that sort of thing. Okay, so let me pause and see, you know, which other decks will be helpful here. Okay, so in keeping with my current love of this deck, it's back! No, but seriously, I think it will be useful because it talks about, depending on what comes up, possible changes, transitions, what's being asked of us in like an overarching way. And then I've got some fun, more playful messages here for guidance and advice. So just to sort of sum up what we saw with the tarot cards, I think what your higher self is trying to suggest as your next concrete step is to be more open, to be more receptive. The universe is trying to give to you through opportunities, people, situations. Don't write off anything or anyone just because it seems like it's not the end goal. It's not big enough. It's not secure enough. It's not the person that you want. Because there's an encouragement to be in this feminine energy of receptivity, and I just think the more you receive, the more you align with this passion and this emotional fulfillment, the more the steps will unfold, and then you will see the concrete opportunities coming through. Because what I think you've been doing, which is very, very logical, and naturally what we all do when there's a problem, we try and think through it. Okay, so if this isn't working, what will? But that, I feel like you've not been seeing success there. So it's time to try a different way. And I think it could be scary. It could take courage. It's hard to be in a situation we're unhappy with and to think, right, well, I'm just going to go with the flow. It feels lazy. It feels complacent. It feels that things will never change and we're just giving up. But actually, if you feel that way, ask yourself, well, I've been trying. Have I had success? No. So I might as well, try this other way. Do I think the way I've been doing things is going to suddenly bring in success overnight? Probably not. I've been trying for a while. So let me change it up. If I don't like the change, I can go back to what I was doing before. So even though it's a situation that's very much about the tangible 3D world and maybe money or relationships, those big concrete things, I think the path to get there, to make this transition, to get across the bridge, is through smaller, seemingly transient things like these random interactions or following bursts of inspiration here and there. It doesn't quite logically make sense, but I do think that's the path forward. And being kinder to yourself, not saying, oh, my inner child would love to do this today, but that's stupid. It's not sensible. It doesn't mean anything. It's not going to last. It's about saying, I would love to do that. I think I'm going to do that. I have the time. I'll do it, Okay. let's have a look. So what else, please? Messages for my viewers from their higher selves. And if you're saying, I don't even know what I feel passionately about though, that's the thing, you know, maybe set the intention with your higher self, you know, bring things into my awareness that get my attention, that I, you know, might feel interested in, and I will take those nudges and I will follow through with them and see if they are things that I'm excited about. With the Page of Wands, it could be saying a need to break a routine or to do a bit of traveling, and I don't even mean you have to go abroad or anything, just going out to different places nearby. Or let's say if on a Saturday you catch up with chores around the house, maybe you can do that Sunday, and on Saturday you can go to the local park or something, or whatever, you know. Allow yourself to have some adventures. Okay, so what else? We have perfection. Expansion. Look at this. And you see we have two. We've got almost like the inner voice, and then the sort of like, I suppose, the inner child, and then the adult version of her. I feel like the inner voice, your inner child, or even, you know, if we think of it as being your higher self, is constantly at this time trying to give you nudges and prompts, but your ego mind is saying, no, that's not the thing I want. Or I don't know, there's a thing about being harsh with yourself here, like I need to reach for perfection, or I need to do something and make something perfectly, or it's a no from me, or I'm not going to entertain it. Or I don't know, there's something about we know the message about not ruling things out if they seem too small or not the perfect end goal, but there's also something about self-deception. It's like you could be shutting yourself down too quickly because you think you're not good enough for something, or you've done something and it's not exactly how it should be. Let's say, for example, someone wants to, again, going back to the thing of joining a team sport or hobby or something, someone wants to go and do something, but they're like, well, I'm starting too late and I won't be as good, or I'm okay at it, I'm not good enough to join a club. You probably are, you know. I mean, not when people start something, they're not expected to be perfect. You can hone your skills after you've joined the group or the club or whatever. Yeah, just a feeling of letting this inner voice out, letting this inner child have their fun. You know, children aren't, you know, unless they've had a really abusive childhood, probably, they're not sitting, you know, at some sort of group activity saying, no, I won't participate because I won't be perfect. You know, they just want to jump in and have fun. So it's about letting that voice, I think, speak and fulfilling that part of you and not judging it. You know, so again, Page of Wands reverse, going on the adventures and allowing yourself to explore and expand and see how you feel about it before you say no. And then we have expansion. So of course, you know, the way to expand at this point is through passion and emotion, the Wands and the Cups. Okay, we have impasse, exactly. Banging your head against a brick wall. You might feel like you've been standing here forever trying to get past this guy who's like, no, you know, what you've been doing is not working. And you're like, well, what will work? And he's just saying nothing. And then we have victim. Yes, see, I told you, this is kind of a kick up the butt from your higher self. It's like you're saying you're at this blockage and it's making you feel like a victim. And we get why, because we have seen the effort and the energy you have applied here. You have not just laid down and cried. You've actually been trying. However, we're just trying to redirect you to try in a different way. So I'm not going to keep going on, but I do think the logic, the rational thinking is not yet the way. That will have a part to play very soon. But for now, it's let this inner voice, you know, guide you. And that's what's difficult, because we grow up and we're told that doesn't make sense anymore, you know. And now you have to suddenly listen to it and let it dictate your choices, obviously to a degree, to an extent. Okay, so let's see. Guidance and advice, please, for my viewers from their higher selves. Oh my goodness, this is so perfect. We've got playfulness and spontaneity. There we go. Okay. I'm a playful participant in life, and I always have the option to make something fun. Sorry, a fun game rather than a heavy burden. Mary Poppins put sugar in the medicine for a reason. That lady really knows how to party. Okay, exactly. That Page of Cups. We don't have to, you know, we can have this playful energy whether we are giving it to a situation that we know will expand and, you know, be in our lives for decades, or if it's just going to be a 5-minute interaction because it's just fun. It's a boost to our life force energy. Okay, spontaneity. Do you like spontaneous adventures of the highest caliber? The only acceptable answer to this question is yes, so buckle up, Charlie. And then it says, there's a pretty good chance your name is not Charlie. You're about to take a wild ride through the unexplored, unconventional, and underrated. You're about to learn that yes is a magic word with the power to unlock new dimensions in space, time, and after-hours hangouts. Yes will lead you to experiences you didn't think possible. Exactly! Yes, that's exactly it. So I just want to say again, you know, all of this talk about playfulness and fun, you're probably like, that sounds nice, but it's not going to cut it, because we're talking about my career, my money, my relationship. I don't know how, your higher self knows, the universe, the divine knows, but these small moments of joy, spontaneous adventures lead you to what you're looking for around the practical, stable realm. And that's where the trust comes in. Yes will lead you to experiences you didn't think possible and teach you that lifelong friendships are sometimes lurking just behind a karaoke singer's mullet. Okay, there we go. Maybe, yeah, someone wants to sing, someone wants to do karaoke, but saying yes, pushing yourself outside a comfort zone, and that's a good example with singing or karaoke specifically. No one's doing karaoke because they're trying to be the next Adele, you know? Mostly people do karaoke because they're in a bar and it's fun and they're not expected to be perfect. There's something here about doing things for the fun of it, not because you're trying to be perfect and the best. And that is hard when you're used to being the King of Pentacles, who people look at and think, wow, this person has really perfected what they're doing, you know? So you might also struggle with being a perfectionist, which is maybe, you know, you're a self-starter, you're self-motivated, you're very driven. If you slack, you're going to be the first one to whip yourself on the back, you know? And that's how you got to this position. And your higher self is saying, well, that's all well and good, but now let's try a more gentle way. Equal success, but without being your own harshest critic. You may have even reached a point of burnout. It's like, I can't keep going the way I'm going. Something needs to change. I need to find a more of a relaxed way of doing things. I need to I don't know, just be kinder to myself. I want the same level of success